You're listening to the Trade Show Insights Podcast, Season 17, Episode 8. I'm your host and exhibit marketing strategist, Marlis Arnold, bringing you tools to improve your exhibit results. On today's episode, brought to you by the Exhibit Marketers Cafe, we've got a rebroadcast of our virtual lunch where you're going to learn about a brand new group designed to help exhibitors. Jessica Sibilla is a seasoned marketer and social impact professional with a unique collection of experiences, including event marketing, community engagement, philanthropy, and corporate branding. She has over 15 years' experience leading the development of strategic social impact programs and corporate event strategy for leading brands in the natural and organic industry. She's a CTSM, or Certified Trade Show Marketer, a CMP, Certified Meeting Planner, and holds certifications in corporate and social responsibility from Boston College and the University of Colorado. She most recently led the corporate event and community engagement strategy for White Wave Foods and Danone North America, the largest certified B Corp in the world. She started her consulting business, Jessica Sibilla Consulting, to extend that expertise to support companies in developing strategic events that elevate their impact. In addition to her consulting work, Jessica leads the Exhibitor Advocate as the executive director, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So, Jessica, welcome to Virtual Lunch.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Well, let's start out because I know that the Exhibitor Advocate is brand new, and so probably a lot of people haven't heard of it yet. So tell us, what is it and how did it all come to be?
Yeah, so the Exhibitor Advocate is a newly formed nonprofit association that is dedicated to amplifying the voice of the exhibitor. We are a group that wants to provide resources, tools, expert advice, and support to exhibitors as they are working through challenges and issues, prominent pain points, to make sure that they find success in the face-to-face event industry. So we really felt like there was a trend that I think a lot of people are seeing where show management kind of looked at the attendee as the primary audience. And it was a feeling that if you bring the attendee to an event, then the exhibitor has to be there. And
Right.
What we know, it's not really like that. And a lot has changed, right? There's a lot of other opportunities. The landscape has changed for exhibitors. And so as we started thinking about the sustainable future of our industry, the exhibitor really needs to be seen as a critical element of the exhibitions and events industry. And so
Definitely.
we felt it was time to incorporate the association and raise awareness about exhibitors' needs so that the industry can thrive and be sustainable well into the future.
Well, I think that is so true because, like you said, for too long, too often, show organizers often looked at exhibitors as the money aspect of, that they were generating the revenue, and not so much that the exhibitors are also the important audience. They are part of your customer,
Yes.
your customer base as a trade show organizer. So tell us a little bit more about, how you put all this together and what it really involves.
Yeah. So the way that we came together is actually it's a 10-year long story, right? This is a group that was part of TSEA, the Trade Show Exhibitors Association. It's an offshoot of the Exhibitor Advocacy Committee from TSEA. So this is going back 10 years when TSEA dissolved. This group continued to meet on a monthly basis for 10 years sharing
Wow.
experiences and challenges, working with each other to help each other understand where they needed support, how to support each other, and just share information. We've had folks come and go from that group over the course of the last 10 years, but there's been a pretty core group of people that have been very passionate about exhibitor advocacy. And as we kind of went into 2019, we started seeing a lot of these red flags around rising costs for exhibitions. We started seeing some issues around data and metrics. And we started raising awareness about these red flags that we were seeing. And then, of course, COVID hits, everything shuts down.
Hmm.
And as we come back, right, the landscape has completely changed. And all of the sudden, these red flags that we saw are exacerbated issues now. And so it really felt like, as this group of us started talking, that we needed to make sure that the exhibitor voice was heard loud and proud. And we incorporated the association this year. Actually, we're in the process of the final stages of incorporating it as a nonprofit association and making sure that we are available to exhibitors to support them in their issues in the same way that we've been doing for each other for the last 10 years.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, first of all, that a group, a non-official group can stay together like that for 10 years and stay focused. I mean, that's really incredible.
It
And
is.
I know that because I've had experiences as both an organizer and an exhibitor. And so I know that there does oftentimes tend to be kind of an us versus them mentality. Especially the exhibitors feel that way, that it's like they feel like they're kind of the redheaded stepchild of,
Yeah,
of the industry sometimes. I
that's
actually,
right.
years ago, I put together a workshop that I've taught a few times called exhibitor or show managers are from Neptune, exhibitors are from Pluto. Talking about the whole, trying to bridge the great divide there. So
Yes.
it has been a struggle sometimes to get everybody communicating and working, because I mean that's been my whole goal in my career, is to let's everybody work together, because the
Yeah.
show's going to be more successful
Yes.
when the show organizer and the exhibitors are working together to make it a great experience for the attendees. So it's,
Yes.
it's definitely, everybody has to be involved. So tell us a little bit more. So you're incorporating it as an association. Is it going to be like membership based, like a lot of the other industry organizations, or how's it going to work?
Yeah, so we want members within the organization, but to be clear, there's no membership fee at this point. We want to make sure that we have a wide breadth of representation of the exhibiting community from all different industry segments. And so the more exhibitors that we have, the more marketing professionals that we have that are part of this organization, the more we can address the concerns that the community has, and the more powerful our voice is. So we want to make sure that we are as inclusive as possible. And to your
Mm-hmm.
point, Marlis, we really believe that this is a collaborative process. This isn't about us, storming the castle with the exhibitor voice. This is about bringing all of the different stakeholders together and being able to bring issues to the right party in the right way, to create a platform for open and transparent communication between all of the different stakeholders. We advocate for exhibitor advisory committees within
Mm-hmm.
each show or each industry segment. And they shouldn't be just, ceremonial type of meetings. It should be a working group that is truly dedicated to making the entire show successful and every stakeholder successful in that show. So we are a member-based organization that focuses on exhibit managers, marketing leaders, suppliers that have a vested interest in the success of exhibitors, and show management and their desire to have a successful show. So this is really an opportunity for every stakeholder to come together.
I think that's great, and that has been a big hole in the industry since TSEA went away. I mean,
Yeah.
there really hasn't been any, there's been a lot of different types of associations, but there's not been one really focused on the exhibitor side and like you said, advocating for the exhibitor. So tell us a little bit about how, what are some of the different pieces? I know that you're kind of still forming all of this, but what are some of the different pieces that are going to be available to exhibitors through this new association?
Definitely. So, as you said, we are still in the beginning phases, but we are providing expert support and advice to exhibitors and their challenges and issues within the industry. So, right now, if you go to our website, exhibitoradvocacy.com, there is a button that you can push to get help. We have folks that are volunteers within our organization, again, have been doing this work, very seasoned people that understand this industry, that are here to support exhibitors in understanding the issues or the challenges that they're having with the show, and providing support and advice to help them bring their issues to the right person in the right way, understanding the landscape of the trade show industry and who the right party is to bring challenges to, and then supporting those folks with any sort of resources or tools that they need. So over time, what you will see is a continuation of us putting out white papers, data, information that will help exhibitors be more successful in the work that they do at their shows, understanding their rights and their responsibilities within the trade show environment. So we really want to make sure that there is a repository for accurate and up-to-date information for exhibitors to access. And so we'll be working with a lot of partners within the industry to help point our exhibitors either to the right place or provide those resources and tools on our website. And then most importantly, we'll speak on behalf of the exhibitor. So as opportunities arise for us to express the voice of the exhibitor and make sure that the industry understands the exhibitor needs, I think it's an voice that, like you said, has been lacking for a long time. So there's a lot of exhibitors that don't feel comfortable speaking up at this point. They're afraid of retribution. And so this group will speak on behalf of those folks to help the industry understand what our needs are so that we can all be successful and we can ensure the sustainable future of this industry.
Well, and I think that's really great because, like you said, a lot of times the exhibitors themselves are hesitant to speak up and say anything. But when you can have this third party come in and say, hey, here's some exhibitor concerns and needs, and that way hopefully it will be better received, and like you said, there won't be any retribution back to the exhibitors themselves, because it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be. Exhibitors shouldn't be afraid to speak up, but the fact that some are, I think it's very important, like you said, to have that extra step of somebody speaking on their behalf, because it's such an important need. And I do want to point out, be sure and go to this exhibitoradvocacy.com website, because there are some great resources and tools that are already up there. So some white papers and some different statistics and things. So be sure and go check that out. And then I'm assuming you're also looking for volunteers and people to get involved as well. So tell us how we can all be a part of this and help out.
Yeah, so we have the website, and we would love for folks to sign up to be a member of the organization. Really, at this point, what we want from our members is to be able to stay informed on what we're doing and share out our work with their network, right? So you'll see a join us button on the website. Definitely click on that so you can join our membership. And we are also looking for sponsors. Obviously, we are a nonprofit association just in the beginning phases. So for those folks that are passionate about exhibitor advocacy and want to help us do this work, we're asking that you donate. We have a GoFundMe page set up. So when you go to our website, if you click on donate, you'll be taken right to our GoFundMe page, and you can provide your support to help us with operating costs and raising awareness for the work that we're doing. So those are the two big things that we're really looking for right now, is expanding our reach and support with continuing to build this organization and continue the work that we all find so important.
And just helping to spread the word so that exhibitors
Yes,
know, because I mean, that's the important thing. It's like, if all of us start getting involved and are ready to help, but the exhibitors don't know about it. So we've got to make
exactly.
sure that word gets out there, and the people
Yes.
know that this is a place where they can turn. So
And I'll
it
tell you too, we have a LinkedIn page as well. So it's not just the website, but follow us. We are the Exhibitor Advocate on LinkedIn. So you can be a part of the group there and be able to follow us on social media in that way.
and share those posts that as they pop up on LinkedIn as well, because that's a great way to just kind of get that viral traffic
That's right.
so that
Yep,
people
that's
know.
right. It's a
So,
process, right? I mean,
yes.
we're in the beginning phases, so
Yeah,
it's all
it's all
coming.
baby steps at this point, right? It's like
That's
just
right.
figuring out how to get it out
Yep,
there, and
that's
yeah.
right.
So and it's kind of like you've got to have a little bit of everything at this point. You've got to make sure
Yeah.
you've got the volunteers, you got to make sure that you've got the resources available, but you've got to also get the people start coming in. So
Yeah.
so it's kind
And
of, yeah, it's all angles need to be
that's
covered at
right.
this point.
There's a lot of people that are passionate about this work and have seen the gap for so long and
Yes.
have been clamoring for a group to take this kind of stand. And so we just want to find those people, right? Help us connect with those folks. We think there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of passion and want to share their knowledge and their resources with the entire community. And so to be able to tap into a broader group of folks that can help us be successful and can ensure that this industry is successful. Without the exhibitor, we don't have an industry. So uh,
True.
any voices that are out there that are passionate about it, we want to hear from you.
Well, and I have to say, I'm one of those people that ever since TSEA went away, I kept saying, we need something else. What's going to replace it? We need something else. So I didn't know all the things that you guys were doing behind the scenes to to
A
prepare
lot
for
of
this.
people
So
didn't, and that's where the rubber met the road after COVID, and it was like, wow, we cannot be the only people that need this kind of support. So
no,
it's
definitely
time.
not.
It's well past time.
So just curious about how many people were involved in this 10-year process.
Yeah, I would say that we've kind of been a consistent group of like anywhere between like 12 and 25 people. And I think the group over the 10 years, you'll see folks that have transitioned their job with different companies,
Hmm.
or maybe they've transitioned into other areas of the industry. So they're no longer an exhibitor, but still passionate about the work that we do. And
Right.
so we've had a lot of movement and flow, but there is kind of this core group of people that has really just stuck together and been really passionate about this work. And I think that is the group of people that I've really leaned on over the last few months as we've thought about how do we bring this to the world, right?
Right.
And that is a very passionate group of people that are very dedicated to the exhibitions and events industry and want to see us succeed. We've got folks on the group. You'll see on our founders section of the website, HP, Verizon, Bradley Corp. We have a previous Marvin employee. We've got folks from the union, the National Carpenters Union,
Mm.
and then we have a bunch of suppliers as well. We have Trade Show Logic and New Vista. So it's a group of folks that come from all different parts of the industry and really want to see success for all stakeholders in the industry.
Well, and I think that's really important too, that it is a very balanced approach, that it's
Yeah,
not just all a group of exhibitors. You've got people
right.
coming from all different angles. So I think it's going to make for a more robust, more helpful
Yeah.
association overall. So
Yeah, that's very right. We want to make sure that every voice is heard and that we are all understanding the perspectives of different stakeholders within the industry. It doesn't mean that we'll always agree, and we will always speak on behalf of the exhibitor, but to be able to understand how other stakeholders view those perspectives is an important part of collaboration. It's an
true,
important part of how we speak on behalf of the exhibitor.
true. Well, Jessica, congratulations to you and that dedicated team of people over the last 10 years. I think that you've all done fabulous work behind the scenes. And now that we all are aware of it, we're going to be able to step in and help and
Great.
just build this. And, I look forward to the effect that this can have on the industry as a whole. Like you said, it's not just to benefit the exhibitors, but as I always say, when you have happy exhibitors, you have everybody's happy.
Yes. Spread the word.
So we are all in this to make more happy exhibitors.
Yes. If only it was that easy.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jessica, for being a part of Virtual Lunch and sharing your vision with us. You can find all the links mentioned during our interview in this episode's show notes at tradeshowinsights.com. And if you'd like to join us for an upcoming virtual lunch, you'll find info on that at exhibitmarketerscafe.com/lunch. If you enjoyed today's episode and would like more, you can subscribe to the podcast and automatically receive future episodes on your chosen device. Simply search for Trade Show Insights in Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, or virtually anywhere else that podcasts are found, then click the subscribe button. Trade Show Insights is protected by the Creative Commons copyright license. You may feel free to share this recording with colleagues or embed it on your own blog as long as it's shared in its entirety and is not used for commercial purposes. To learn more, please see the link in the sidebar of the show notes at tradeshowinsights.com. Well, that's it for this episode of Trade Show Insights. Be sure to check out our show notes and archives at tradeshowinsights.com. You can also connect with me using the social media links or the contact page on the site. I'm Marlis Arnold. Thanks for listening, and be sure to join us next time for more tools to improve your exhibit results.